Hi everybody, Chris Krashisnik with RE/MAX Town Center giving you your real estate recap. Are we going to have a fall, end of the summer slump in the real estate market? I think there's three things considering or that factor into that. Number one, the election. Number two, back to school. And number three, interest rates. I'll go with the one that is, I think, the lowest priority, and that is the back to school. Typically, most buyers want to be moved in and settled on a property at the end of August. So at the beginning of July, it's very unlikely that any contract that they get into is going to settle them at the end of August. Okay, so a lot of people the last week of July and the month of August say, you know what, I'm not going to get my kids into school by the school year. I'm going to take my time, or I'll push my search off to next year, or I'll push it off to the winter months or something. But they take that last summer vacation and take a break to get ready for school. I don't think that that's going to be as much of an issue this year. The second most important thing, I think, is the election. Without getting politically biased here, which it's pretty easy to become unbiased when you dislike either candidate. I would say that there's almost apathy in the election or in politics at this point in time. It's become so politicized, so divisive, and I think everybody is sick of either candidate. Nobody's getting behind their candidate. Everybody's just pointing a finger and disliking the other candidate. And I think that's going to give us a sense of apathy, and it's going to minimize the typical election slowdown that we see in September, October, and November of a presidential election. I don't think there's a reason. I don't think anybody's compelled to vote for a candidate. I think they're compelled to vote against a candidate. And I think there's data to show that we're not going to have much of an election slowdown. I think the trump card, without getting politically biased, is the interest rates. The most important thing right now in the market is interest rates. Interest rates will dictate how many buyers and how incentivized they are to get out in the market right now. Money is still cheap. We don't know what's going to happen after the election. Usually the Fed keeps things pretty stable in the quarter leading up to an election so as not to, disrupt the markets or the political environment at all. So if you're going to do something, I would do it now before I waited till the winter. But if you have any questions on this, comment below. Share, get with me on Facebook, on Twitter. You can call me. I'm not very difficult to look up, but I would appreciate if everybody would like, share, comment on this video. Thank you very much. I hope the end of the summer is going great. As for me and myself, I'm very, very busy with work, shuffling all of these children all over the place and trying to keep the garden from growing out of my mind. Take it easy. Thanks a lot.